Hello and welcome to the Movie Database client. The presenter here is Barry Kropivka, and this is for the Enterprise Web Development class through WIT in 2021. This is the demo of my client. First thing I want to do is say this has been a fun project and I've really enjoyed working with this and making modifications to it. So I kept the basic movie app, and what I did is I broke it into two sections. The first 5 or 6 pages here are all pages that query the movie database directly, and the last two, collection of movies and collection favorites, those query the MongoDB database. And when I start off with a brand new app, it starts off with nothing in collections and nothing in favorites because, like I said, those query the MongoDB database and we haven't added anything to it. One of the things I've done is I have this little plus symbol down here is where it will add the movie to the collection. So for instance, I have Mortal Kombat here and I want to add it to my movie collection. Click the plus symbol, and now inside of MongoDB, I have a movie said that I've collected it. It is Mortal Kombat. Next thing I will do here is I will scroll through some of these other pages. Upcoming queries the movie database API upcoming, and it displays all upcoming movies. Same thing happens with trending, except it goes off after the movie database trending API, and then carousel displays the same thing that home does. And what it was supposed to do was it was supposed to have more like a Netflix style where it showed multiple movies on a single line, and you could press the carousel button to have it slide back and forth. Unfortunately, I was never able to get this to work, and what it does is it ends up putting another carousel for each individual movie. The rest of the concept of this page works exactly the same as the rest. For instance, I can take the movie here, Nobody, and click the little plus symbol, and it goes out to movies and adds it to my collection. I can also go to details and reviews, all within from my collection. Next thing I have is I have the movie database search. This one was a little bit more complex for me to write, but I was able to get it done in the end. I took the filter card out and I replaced it with a search card. And inside the search card, I dropped gender or genre from it because we don't need genre. And I created a search field. And inside the search field, every time I type a character, it will go out, call an API for the movie database, and it does a search of any movies containing what you type in the search filter. And this happens on every keystroke. So if I type in S, it goes on searches for movies with S. If I continue on to Star, now you can see I have Star Wars and Star Trek. And those two are in there, and it continues on through even A Star is Born. Next thing is let's say I want to filter on Star Wars. I just keep typing and it searches now for any movie that is Star Wars. If inside of here, if I want to add it to my collection, I can just take Star Wars Rogue One, say it's in my collection, and then it's supposed to appear into my collection here. There's a slight problem with the state. It doesn't always update the state every single time, but it does most of the time. And now you can see in my collected movies, I have Mortal Kombat, Nobody, and Rogue One. If I wanted to add one of these movies to my favorite movies, I press the heart and it saves it to my favorites. And let me go and add Nobody in there also. And now I have Nobody and Rogue One. If I didn't want Nobody in there, I could just simply hit the little trash can and it takes it out of my favorite, but it still leaves it in my collected movies. So that is the basics. I can also do search here where this is the filter screen. I can filter on Mortal Kombat. This works on all these other screens because I'm still using the template. Next thing I was going to cover was the movie API. Part of the API, wasn't exactly sure how to show this one since there's really nothing to show except that it's working in the React app, but I figured I would just run through the Swagger documentation really quick. I have a few APIs out here for the movies. I have a list, create, and a get, or sorry, a list movies and a create movie. And then if you add on the ID part, you can do a get, delete, and update. Next major part that I use is, well, I don't use these users, but they are working because I couldn't get login to work on the React component, React side of it. But under here, we have update a user. If you, oh, that's the user still. If we want to do favorites, you can, for instance, my favorite screen, this is the API call to get all the favorites for a certain user, and then the post and the delete, posting a favorite for a user and deleting or removing the favorite for a user, and then the same thing with collected. I get you can get all the collected movies for a user, and then you can also post a collected movie for a user. That is that is the end of my demo. Thank you very much for listening, and if you have any questions or would like to talk to me about this app at all, please send me a message. Thank you. Bye.